What if I told you that one of the most powerful races in the Elder Scrolls isn't the Nords or the Altmer, but a people caught between both worlds? Today, we're diving into the Bretons, Tamriel's masters of magic, diplomacy, and quiet ambition. They're part human, part elf, but fully underestimated. Bretons come from the province of High Rock, a land of rolling hills, towering castles, and constant political intrigue. But their story begins with conquest, as many does in Tamriel. Long ago, the Aldmeri elves, specifically the Durrani clan, ruled over human populations in High Rock. Over generations, these elves intermingled with their human subjects. And the results? A new race, the Bretons. Human in appearance, but with a trace of elven blood that would shape their destiny forever. You may ask yourselves what makes them so unique. That elven ancestry gives Bretons a natural affinity for magic. They're master conjurers and healers alike, bolstering an impressive array of magical abilities. But lore-wise, it goes much deeper. Bretons aren't just good at magic. They understand it, they study it, they refine it, and weaponize it in ways other races often don't. They're thinkers as much as they are fighters. High Rock isn't a unified empire, unlike you might find in Cyrodiil. It's a patchwork of kingdoms, duchies, and city-states all competing for power. Breton society is built on things like feudal systems, noble bloodlines, and political maneuvering. If you think Bretons are just fancy mages, no, they're strategists, survivors, opportunists. Where Nords charge headfirst into battle, Bretons negotiate or manipulate, and if needed, they'll absolutely stab you in the back. Politely, of course. One of the most interesting facts about Bretons, they blend knightly tradition with arcane mastery. You'll find noble knights bound by honor, battle mages trained in both sword and spell, orders dedicated to both chivalry and magical study in the land of High Rock. This dual identity makes them one of the most versatile races in Tamriel. They are not the strongest, they're not the fastest, but they might be the most adaptable. Other races often underestimate the Bretons and see them as politically divided, physically average, or culturally soft. And that's exactly why Bretons thrive. Because while others are busy proving their strength, Bretons are quietly gaining power behind the scenes. In a world full of dragons, gods, and ancient prophecies, the Bretons represent something different. They aren't defined by raw power. They're defined by intelligence, adaptability, and ambition. They don't need to dominate the battlefield because they have already won the game before it starts. So next time you're choosing a race in the Elder Scrolls, don't overlook the Bretons. They may not look the most impressive at first glance, but they could be the most dangerous choice you make. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know which race I should cover next. And remember, in Tamriel, power isn't always about strength. Sometimes it's about who's willing to pull the strings.